next time somebody comes up to you and says, Happy Memorial Day, I want you to I want you to ask them what exactly is happy about it, other than the fact that you're free and you have freedom of speech and you're able to say things to other people like Happy Memorial Day. I think that we as a nation, we as a people have overwhelmingly become complacent to our liberties and our freedoms, and because we haven't had to discuss it for so long. And the fact that we're discussing our liberties and our freedoms now, it brings something to mind that I think everybody needs to be aware of, and that is this. Freedom comes at a great, great cost, and that cost is human life. Imagine standing outside of Arizona Stadium after a game and watching the people of a full stadium flow out and get back in their cars. It takes quite a while. It's a huge amount of people. It's approximately 60,000 people. That is the same number of people that perished in Vietnam. Let that sink in for a minute. That's the number of men and women that died in Vietnam. The cost of life that this country has taken on for the cause of freedom is great. The Civil War claimed 620,000 lives. Many of those died in captivity from starvation and other illnesses. Many of them died on the battlefield. That's a lot of blood. That's a lot of sacrifice for a belief. And that belief is that we should be free, that we should be able to say what we want, that we should be able to do what we want, that we should be able to go where we want. That is what Americans have fought for. They fought for the right to not be under tyranny. They fought for the right to seek their own liberty, their own freedom. They fought for a belief, and they won. And since these things occurred, there's been several generations that have come along, and they don't understand why we're free. They don't know the difference between being free and not being free. I want them to understand the essence of what has happened. I want them to understand what's behind the Xbox, what's behind the 3 trips to the store because we kept forgetting stuff. I want them to understand what's behind freedom, the freedom to move about. When this pandemic hit, it hit a nation of people that are used to their freedom. It hit a nation of people that are complacent to the battles for freedom. It hit a nation of people that don't understand what happens when you don't have freedom, and what happens when the government does overstep, and what happens when powerful public figures are deciding what your policy is. There's a document out there that was written. There's a lot of bloodshed behind this document to make it happen. There was a lot of things that, a lot of people that died. There was a lot of battles that occurred. There was a mass exodus from another continent that people risked their lives and died just getting across the ocean to get here, knowing that there was freedom here. They were willing to risk their lives to escape tyranny. There's no reason to have a mattress sale on Memorial Day, other than the fact that other people aren't going to be at work and you're going to be open. You have a mattress store. You could give me that sale on any day of the year. You don't have to give me the car sale and the mattress sale and get me out of my house and distract today's generations. You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem of not allowing generations that have come since these events to be educated in the true essence of what Memorial Day means. Memorial Day, especially for many widows and orphans of war that are out there, Memorial Day is a day of mourning. It's a day of celebration for our freedoms in the shadow of the lives that it cost to get that freedom. It's a day of recognition that we are recipients of a gift, that we are recipients of grace, the grace shown through the bravery of men who crawled up out of that hole, ran across a field, guns pointed, men that fell on the battlefield, breathed their last breath, looking up into a smoke-filled sky and wondering to themselves, did I get it done? What is the ramification of my death? My death. Every single man and woman that died on the battlefield has those thoughts, has those fears. And it's up to us to carry the legacy. It's up to us to ensure that our kids and that future generations understand what Memorial Day is. What did people go through? Why are we free? Are we free because a bunch of guys got together and wrote the Constitution? No. That's not why we're free. We're free because people died. And eventually there's going to come another time and people are going to die again and they're going to fight for freedom. And when that time comes, Americans are going to rise up and they're going to do what they've done every single time that freedom is challenged. Every time that tyranny attempts to take over. Every time that big government steps in and tries to starve us out. We're going to do what we always do. And we'll be remembered, hopefully, by the generations that come after that. We'll be recognized. If I died on the battlefield next month, any battlefield at all, fighting for freedom, I promise you I would not want a mattress sale in my honor. Think about the lives. Get on the internet, do a little bit of research, find out how many people died, how they died, find out what some of their names are. Has somebody in your family died fighting for freedom? The answer to that question is yes. If you're American, somebody in your line has died and given the ultimate sacrifice in the name of freedom. It's Memorial Day weekend. If you are going to get out there and gather with friends and you're going to do a barbecue, you're going to have family over, you're going to celebrate, then celebrate the freedom. Don't celebrate the day off. Don't celebrate the mattress sale. Celebrate the fact that you're free